Could we cook some fish tonight?
How could we cook fish when we haven't caught any?
Maybe we could buy some.
If we could afford that, we wouldn't be out here fishing. Sit down.
I'd like a steak for dinner.
So would I.
You know, maybe I'd like some seafood.
Yeah. Would you make up your mind?
Now Sizzlers cut the price of their triple shrimp platter.
That was a great meal, Ollie. Say, you missed a spot.
Stanley, you show me how to have a picnic in the rain, and I'll eat my hat.
Would you like some ketchup with your hat?
And the three bears are living together, and they had a big fight, and the judge is talking to Baby Bear and said, "You're going to live with your mother." He said, "No, my mother beats me." "And you live with your father." He said, "No, my father beats me worse." He said, "You have a relative that will take you in." She said, "I have an aunt in Chicago. Does she beat you?" "No, no, the Chicago Bears don't beat anybody."
Honda, the new little car that's already perfect for your town.
Okay, Michaels drops back. He's being rushed. He steps out of the pocket. Now he throws a long pass, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Silver's got it. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. A touchdown. They're going crazy. They can't believe it. I can't believe it. The Bulls have just won their first game, and a great last-second catch by Shea Tiller around that early. I'm going to tell you, fans, there'll be no less than jubilation in that great full locker room today.
Our next performer. He starred on Broadway with Anthony Newley, playing Stan Laurel in the hit musical Chaplin to wonderful reviews. He continued his Stan Laurel success with a Clio-winning 13-year series of commercials. You've heard his voice on everything from Time for Beanie to the Smurfs. Ladies and gentlemen, this outrageously gifted man, Jim MacGeorge.
Ladies and gentlemen, we had a home invasion, and the guy was in stealing the money and the jewelry. And the couple come home early. And he said, "Nah, you caught me, I'm going to have to hurt you. What's your name?" She said, "Elizabeth." "Elizabeth? That's my mother's name. I can't hurt you." "What's your name?" He said, "Fred, but everyone calls me Elizabeth." Sometimes even when you try to help somebody, it backfires. A lady got on the bus with a little tiny baby. And the bus driver looked over and said, "God, that's the ugliest looking kid I've ever seen in my life." And she went to the back of the bus, and the tears were flowing. And the gentleman was there and said, "What happened?" She said, "The bus driver insulted me." He said, "Report him. Do you have his number?" She said, "No." He said, "You go up and get his number, and I'll hold your monkey." Sad. I mean, there was an older couple that visited the fair, and he looked over and said, "Helicopter ride's $50. He said, "Martha, I sure would like to go up that there helicopter." He said, "Bert, $50 is $50. And the pilot overheard him and said, "If you don't make any noise at all, the ride is free." She said, "Come on, Martha, let's go." So they flew all around in this helicopter, and it landed, and the pilot walked over to the guy and said, "I got to compliment you. You did not say one word." He said, "I know that. I was going to say something when Martha fell out." $50 is $50. And Bob Hope, I worked with him a couple times, and he always wore a hat like this when he entertained the troops overseas, you know. Hey, thanks for the memories of candlelight and wine, passing on the line. How about this, huh? Is this gorgeous or what? You know, Dolores couldn't be here. She had a church function. She's Catholic. I know she's Catholic because I drove the car up in front of the church and they auctioned it off. And I just ran into one of my good friends and he said, Sunday's his 50th wedding anniversary. I said, God, 50 years. What are you going to do? He said, I don't know. On my 25th, I took my wife to Anchorage. Maybe I'll go and pick her up. And I'll tell you what turns me on is those gals that dress up in leather, you know? You got right next to them, they smell like a new golf bag. God, I love that. And I found a place where the young girls are attracted to me in the library under fiction. You know, but I'll tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, you get a few laughs and a little love every day, and you're way ahead of the world. Thank you very much. Stan Laurel was a good friend of mine. I did those commercials for 16 years, the Anco windshield, and 5 years or 7 years for Sizzler. And we would visit and talk about comedy out at his apartment. I said, where'd you get the derbies? He said, well, it was just a thing to do at that time. And this is my tribute to Mr. Laurel. You know, Ollie and I, we made 106 pictures together. And he was a very funny fella. You know, I could stand in the back of the theater and laugh at our films because I'm watching Ollie. And when I'm working with him, I don't know what he's doing. Hey, Stan. Excuse me. What is it, Ollie? Stan, I see where your friend, who was the editor of the crossword puzzle section for the Times, passed away. I know, I went to the funeral. Where did they bury him? 6 down and 3 across. Did you ever finish that puzzle I sent you? I sure did, Ollie. And it only took me 3 months. Well, isn't that a long time? Well, on the box it says 4 to 6 years. He said, if I weren't your friend, I would walk right out of here. He said, Ollie, what is it? Thanks for being my friend. And I think that's why we're all here tonight, to say hello to a few friends we haven't seen and to make a few new friends if we can. As my friend, the late coach John Wooden said, make each day a masterpiece. They were interviewing Jack Nicklaus, and they said, your name will always be synonymous with golf, and you really knew your way around a golf course. What's the secret? And he said, the holes are numbered. I leave you with 2 guidelines that help me. 1, tiny little baby steps all add up when you're learning something new, and we're all learning every day. Number 2, the cavalry is not coming. So you take it upon yourselves and make it a great day. Don't judge yourself, others. Have a few cheers, a lot of laughs, a bundle of love. Eat your turnips, and I thank you very much. You've been a wonderful audience. Thank you. Thank you. You're wonderful. Thank you.